Hello there. This is Southern ASMR Sounds, and I've been shopping again, and I wanted to show you a few of the things that I bought. I went to Goodwill, and some of these things are for me, and some are for eBay, and I'll tell you which is which when we get to them. The first thing I have is this. I have this beautiful. It's almost like a piece of pottery. It's a plate. I would say it's more of a decorative plate. I don't think you would actually eat off this. And when I saw this, it reminded me of Gentle Whispering Maria. She did a video, I want to say it was maybe 2 or 3 months ago, where she showed some different cell phone cases that she had. And one of them had these little dolphins that were floating inside the cell phone case in this liquid medium. It was clear. And there was one point in the video where 2 of the dolphins kind of ended up like this. And she said, oh, they're doing something inappropriate. And it completely killed my ASMR buzz, but I just laughed out loud. I thought it was so funny. It was just out of nowhere. She said that in that wonderful accent of hers, and I just busted out laughing. So this is for me. It's pretty. I think it's very pretty. It's shiny. And these aren't dolphins. They're some kind of fish, I guess, but I thought it was really neat. And it's not flat. See, it has a curve to it. And this is what it looks like on the back. It is this circular piece right here. And it has on it some initials. It has KSF 03. So I guess somebody with the initials KSF made this in 2003. But I thought this was a nice decorative piece. It's very lovely. And it's kind of a turquoise color, the dark blue on the fish, and these little designs in the water around the fish. It just reminded me of her. So I may put this up in the kitchen. I thought it was really cool. It's kind of smooth but kind of bumpy at the same time. So this one's for me. And this is also for me. I thought this was really neat. These are wooden coasters, and they come in this matching wooden caddy that holds them all together. And it looks like we have 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All neatly stacked inside. I'll take one out in here and we'll look at it. It is a singular piece of wood. It's very smooth. And it has been cut in circles, kind of like a target or a bullseye in the middle. And the back, the underside, is just plain smooth wood. And there are 7 of these in the set. And I had been looking for some coasters, so this was pretty neat. I like the thing that holds them here, the caddy. It's also very smooth on the sides and on the bottom. So you can see they're not very thick. They're pretty thin. And I think these will do just fine. I paid $3.49 for the 7 coasters and the caddy. Oh, and the little plate I think was $2. So these are gonna work nicely. Now, most of the other things I have are clothes, just an assortment of things. But I also have I have 2 pictures that I'll show you, and these are for me just because I thought they were pretty. And the first one is a still life. If you can see, it is it's not an actual painting. It's made to look like a painting, but it's not. It's just a print on canvas of pears in a basket. And it has this nice shiny, almost like a clear acrylic covering it. And this beautiful woven basket to hold the pears. It's darker up here. You can see the leaves from the pear tree. And when I was growing up, we had a big pear tree. So we always had a lot of pears every summer. It's kind of reminded me of that. We had an apple orchard, and in the apple orchard we had 5 or 6 different types of apple trees, and we also had a pear tree in the orchard, as well as a pecan tree. Some people say pecan. I grew up saying pecan, but I also know people who grew up saying pecan or pecan, Pecan, however you say it. So we had a pecan tree and a pear tree. We had one cherry tree, which never actually made any cherries, but it was pretty young, so maybe it wasn't old enough. And quite a few different types of apple trees. And I used to have to mow under those apple trees. And we had, in our area, we have Japanese hornets, which are these evil flying, stinging hornets that can be about 2 inches long, and they don't like it. They love fruit. They love anything sweet. So the apples, sometimes they would eat the apples on the tree, but most of the time they would wait until they fell to the ground. And when they would get softer, it was easier for them to chew on, I guess. But they would wait until the apples or the pears fell to the ground, and they would eat the apples. And when I mowed over them, most of the time I killed them, but every now and then one of them would get out and come after me. But I never got stung. So I was really lucky. I never got stung by one. My mom got stung by a Japanese hornet on her pinky finger. It was gruesome. So I'm really glad I was spared that. I've never been stung by a Japanese hornet. But they're mean looking. I mean, I don't want to anthropomorphize insects, but they're just evil. That's what I grew up hearing. They're just evil because they're big, and it really hurts when they sting you. They can sting and bite. And I believe they have smooth stingers, which means they can sting you multiple times, unlike honeybees. Anyway, when I saw this picture of the pears, it reminded me of my childhood. It kind of made me think about that. So, and I like the colors. It's very neutral, very soft, dark, sort of comforting, sort of nice. So, in the back is just very, very plain, and it has you can see the edges of the fabric up here on the frame, and it's just plain wood, and the sides are sort of a lavender color, not really blue or purple, it's just kind of lavender. I don't know if you can see that. So there's that. Let's set that over here. And this next picture, it's not really a picture. It is a picture, but it's not. I just thought this was neat. It's kind of heavy too. Okay. Here it is. It's a plate which has been placed inside of a large black wooden frame. And it's French. Has French stuff in it. Porte du jardin du duc Soleil. Sorry, I can't quite read it. Sorry, but it has French in it, and it's made out of glass, but it's matted, so it doesn't have the typical sound of glass. It almost has a hollow sound. Not really hollow, but it doesn't have the normal sound of if you touch a piece of glass. And you get that nice glass, almost like a crystal sound. Doesn't really do that. but the frame is solid wood and it's painted black. Not really a matte finish, but not really shiny either. It's kind of in between. And you can see that it has shape to it right here. It rises up above the black frame. And then the back is matted here. And it has this wire that you can hang it on. So this is for me. I just thought this was really pretty. And I also have these. These are not for me. And these are for eBay. But this is a pair of Crocs, and they're pink. And see, they have this little piece on that would go behind on the back of your ankle, and it's adjustable. And it has the little crocodile right there, and it spells out Crocs on the side. Now these, I see a lot of Crocs when I go out to thrift stores, but normally I don't buy them because most of them anymore are made in China. I believe initially they were made in the United States. Those are the good ones, that when they were still made in the United States, the quality was a lot better. And I think the progression was they were made in the United States initially. United States or Canada, I can't remember. But they went from there to Mexico, and then from Mexico to China. And with every move, the quality kind of decreased a little bit. It's very hard to find the ones that were made first. It was either United States or Canada, I can't remember. But these were made in Mexico. So not as great as the ones that they used to make, but better than the ones they make now. So it's kind of in between. And they are a men's size 7 or a women's size 9. So they would actually fit me. I wear an 8.5 to a 9 in most shoes. But I would never, I just don't wear stuff like this. I have several pairs of Teva or Teva, T-E-V-A sandals that I wear a lot in the summertime. On the weekends, I can't wear them to work, but I love to wear them on the weekends in the summer. So I wouldn't wear these, but they're very nice. And of course, you know, I have two nice little pair here. There's a bug in here. Sorry, there's a beetle flying around in here. If you see me throw a shoe at it, just don't pay me any mind. So here are my shoes. I'm going to keep those close by in case that bug gets any ideas. I think it's just a candle bug, which if you're from the South, you might know what a candle bug is. It's a type of beetle. He's flying around. Oh, now he's got in the ceiling fan light. It's a candle bug. He's not gonna hurt me. It's a beetle. If you hear him buzzing, that's what it is. Oh, he can't get out of the light. He's the light fixture has a glass part underneath the light bulb. I think he's trapped, so he's probably going to meet his doom in there. But a candle bug is very small. They're little tiny bugs. They're beetles, and they're hard shell beetles, and they're usually kind of a caramel color, kind of a medium to light brown color. You only see them at night. They're very attracted to light, just like a moth would be. And we have we're getting to that time of year now where the candle bugs and the moths are starting to come out. And if you leave on the lights outside, they'll be drawn to that light. And if you live in the South, if you ever see those beetles flying around your lights, it's probably a candle bug. I'm guessing they probably got that name a long time ago when we didn't have electricity and we had, candles or lamps, and they were drawn to that light, and people just called them candle bugs. I'm sure they have a proper name, but I don't know what it is. Okay, he's up there in the light and he's getting still, so he's probably getting warm and eventually he'll die, so I don't need to worry about him. Okay, I just don't want him to come down here and land on me. I found some more ugly Christmas sweaters. I've had so much luck finding them lately. I can go for weeks and not find any ugly Christmas sweaters at all, and then I will have a period of time where I can go 2 or 3 times a week and find some every time. And that's kind of the way it's been lately. In fact, I found some that I did not even include in the last video. I've already put them away. I had to go up in the attic and put up some stuff. So I just went ahead and carried them all up and put them in totes up in the attic. So there are even some that I've gotten since I did my last video of the video with all the Christmas sweaters. I've bought some since then. I'm sorry, my allergies. But I bought some tonight. And they're not terrible. They're busy, but they're not awful. This first one is a vintage sweater. This is from the year 2000. Sorry. It's an heirloom collectible. I'll show you the tag. It's Heirloom Collectibles, copyright 2000. So it's about 16 years old. That's old enough. And you can see, I am so sorry. It has lots of beadwork. And I hear some jingle bells. And here's a jingle bell right here on the toe of this stocking. It has metallic knitting in here, a little bit of beadwork, some gold beads here. I think that's the only jingle bell. I believe there was probably supposed to be one here, but it's come off. But that's okay because I have some jingle bells and I can actually attach another one if I want to. The buttons are very pretty. I'll show you these. These are covered buttons on this cardigan. You see, they're red, but they also have gold in them. It's kind of like a gold star. And every button on this cardigan is made that way. And they go all the way down from the top. These knit covered plastic buttons. And then the back has this this zigzag pattern that continues from the front, and it has this little design going down toward the bottom. And as was popular back in the 90s and 80s, and obviously on into 2000, there are very light, you can't see them, but you can kind of hear them, very light shoulder pads inside. And these can be removed very easily. They're just sewn in a couple of places. You can just snip them right out. But I will leave them in there for now. It's fairly heavy. It's a nice heavy-duty sweater. And even on the sleeves, we have some more detail. We have these little roses on the sleeves. Okay. Now this sweater is also, it's a sweater vest. And it has a Christmas theme. And this one is made by Capacity, which I'm not familiar with that name. And it's a women's size medium. And it has little snowmen. It zips up right here. And look at all these little snowmen on the bottom. And they're so cute. Each one is a little different. Each one has their own unique style. Like this one has a little red sweater and a red hat. And this one's pretty plain, except that he has a green and black hat. This one has on some blue and a red and yellow hat. And this one has on a pretty red and white scarf and a yellow and red hat. And we have some snowflakes embroidered on here. And some big plastic rhinestones too. And the back is just plain black. The tag says it's a medium, but it looks quite a bit larger than that to me, but it says it's a medium. I have one more sweater vest. And if you saw my other video, I mentioned that if you can find any Christmas sweaters with a cat theme, they seem to sell really well. Vintage Christmas sweaters, true vintage, older sweaters, and anything with cats on it seem to do really well typically. Those are some of the ones that I sell first. This one, again, is a cat theme. I think I had at least one cat themed sweater in my last video. And this one has little bells on it. On the cat. See, and it's a Christmas cat. And he has on a little hat in addition to his bell. And down here, we have another cat. And it looks like he has his little paw up like he's waving. And he's peeking out of a present. And there's string coming down. And there are different textures of knit in here, different colors and different textures. And we even have some fabric with embroidery around it. And it's a plaid, red and green. And up here we have another cat sitting way up on top of this big box. And he's playing with the string, and he has a bell too. This was made by Bechamel. I'm not familiar with that name either. It says it's a large, and on the back we have extra detail. It has a kitty cat on the back. He doesn't have a bell, but he's on a present. So there's that one. I think that one's really special. And I have a zip-up Christmas sweater, sort of a cardigan, by Hampshire Studio. It's a women's medium. This one also has detail on the front and the back. There's the front, and this one zips up also. And it has a lot of really pretty stuff on the front. We have a little rocking horse and a present with a green bow. And it looks like a drum and another present. Some ornaments and holly on it. See? And there's beadwork on this little present here. And along the bottom we have some little tiny pearls sewn on and some little red accents. And this work goes all the way around to the back. This sweater is a little unique because the back of the sweater actually has more detail than the front, which is very unusual. We have all different kinds of snowflakes all over the front of the sweater. And the sleeves also have some detail. The sleeves have snowflakes too. And again, you have the beads and the little red accent and the little X's on the hems of the sleeve. So this is the front, but when you see the back is even more elaborate. Look at that. Oh, it has a giant Santa Claus on it. He is very large. And really, the snowflakes back here appear to be a little bit more ornate. And see, you can even see his big belt buckle, and he's furry. And he has his presents on his back and his bag. So you can see some fur on his coat down here, and his beard and his hair. So this is a very, very detailed, elaborate sweater or cardigan, and it zips up in the front. So this one I found today. Actually, I think I found all of these today. Now this one is more simple. It's more understated. This is a sort of a Kelly green sweater, and it just has a single snowman on it. Just one little snowman who has no neck and a scarf. And he looks like he's mad. But there's nothing on the back. The stitching on here is almost like the stitching on a sweatshirt. It's almost like the stitching you would find on a sweatshirt, but it's a sweater, and it's red, kind of a pinkish red, but I guess you'd say it's mostly red. But I got this one because it's made by the Quaker Factory, which is a really good brand if you're looking for sweaters to sell. Quaker Factory is a good brand to buy. These typically sell pretty well, and they make sweaters for pretty much any holiday. I found Valentine's Day sweaters, Easter sweaters, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. By the Quaker Factory, I found a 4th of July sweater. I think they just make sweaters for all kinds of holidays. So this is one I found today, and it's very simple. It is a knit sweater. It's not a sweatshirt, but it's very cute and very plain. I kind of like it. So if you're looking for an ugly Christmas sweater but you don't want all the splash and dash and pizzazz, I guess you could go with something like that. And that is all of the Christmas sweaters. That's actually a lot to find at once, because typically, like I said, I can go for a long time and not find any Christmas sweaters, and then to find a whole bunch at once is really great. But I'm running out of room. I had to get another tote because I filled up all my totes now, and I really have to stop because it's going to take me a week to list them all. I know. The rest of these items are all mixed up. They're not in any particular order. I just, I came home, I brought my bags in, I got everything out, and set up to do the video. So these are not in any particular order. I'm just going to pull them off the top. This first item is a men's t-shirt. It's sort of an olive green. It's nothing really special about it. It feels relatively new. I don't think this has been worn. It still kind of has that, when you first buy t-shirts, they have that starchy feel. And this shirt kind of has that starchy feel. And it is a Band of Brothers t-shirt. And on the back, we have HBO embroidered on the back in gold. And this was made by Anvil, and it's pre-shrunk, 100% cotton, extra large. It's a nice shirt. And the Band of Brothers is also embroidered on the front, kind of over on the left side in gold. And this is something I may keep. Sometimes I buy things thinking I might keep them, I might not. But they're things that if I decide I don't want to keep them, that I know I can sell, and I'm not gonna lose money on it. And this is one of those things. It's a hoodie. It's a brown North Face hoodie. It's very nice. It's a small. I already have a North Face hoodie very similar to this, except it's gray. So I may not keep this one. I'm not entirely sure. But this part here that this is made of is very smooth. And it has the faintest little sound to it. It's just it's whisper soft. You have to listen for it. It's very faint. But it's there. So I may keep this. I'm not really sure. I may wait until this fall and see if I wear it or not. It's just a brown basic hoodie, and I believe it's a men's size small. It's nice and thick and very soft. And I'm a bit of a hoodie addict. I have a remarkable collection of hoodies. I bought this one too, and this one I'm definitely going to keep. for me. It's an Adidas hoodie. It's extremely smooth and soft. It's so soft. I feel like that bear in the the Snuggle commercial. Just, oh, it is so soft. But it smells like the thrift store. All this stuff's going to get washed. I always wash everything when I bring it home. Or if I have to have it dry cleaned, I do that because it just smells like a thrift store. But it has Adidas embroidered on the front in black, in nylon on the front. And it has a big kangaroo pocket in the front also. And it has a little drawstring at the bottom. So I love the feel. I love a very soft and smooth hoodie. It's just like a security blanket. So I'm definitely keeping this one. I'm adding this to my hoodie collection. I love that. And this next item I also got for me, because, I'll tell you what I had to do. I took over our closet for the most part, the one that belongs to my husband and me. We have a walk-in closet. I've taken over most of that closet, ran out of room, and then my husband had to build me an auxiliary closet in the attic. It's like a long piece of steel pipe or something that he's attached in the attic where I can hang even more. It's like 30 feet long. And that rod it's not completely full, but I have enough clothes for probably 20 people. So it's kind of silly that I'm buying anything. But I saw this sweater and I just loved it, so I got it. It's very long, but it's very pretty. I like these colors. And there's detail on the back that I like very much. Kind of not really an Aztec design, but pretty stripes. And let's see what it's made of. It just has a regular collar and very big plastic buttons on the front. They're a dark green color. They're really pretty. Let's see. And there are 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And this was made by GB New York, and it's a size large. And it was made in Turkey. Let's see what it is made of. It is made of 40% mohair, 30% acrylic, 25% nylon, and 5% spandex. So I thought this would be nice. It's pretty long, but I thought this would be nice and warm in the fall. I have a lot of white and off-white, sort of a nylon or a polyester spandex blend plain shirts that I can wear under things. It'd be perfect to wear under something like this. So I'm looking forward to trying this out when it cools off this fall. I'm sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. This shirt is rather odd. I almost didn't get it. But it was made by, I can't even really read the tag, Alternative, I want to say Vintage Craft, but I can't quite read it. This is a shirt that I believe is only made to look old. I don't think it actually is old. And it's a big, dark gray men's shirt. And it's kind of hard to see. It's made to look very faded. I don't think this is actually an old shirt. It may be. And it's easier to see down at the bottom. It has Paul Mitchell on it. And this is to sell. I thought this was kind of a unique item. I thought this was something that somebody might look for or be interested in. And it's a men's too. It's a men's extra large. And the back is just plain, but it looks kind of distressed. It's not a uniform color. It's kind of a thin fabric, very kind of thin. Not see-through, but it's quite thin, but still soft. So this one's for eBay. I like Paul Mitchell's products, but I don't think I need a big Paul Mitchell t-shirt. Okay. This shirt is cute, but I'm too old to wear this kind of stuff. This is a Salt Life women's long sleeve shirt. And it's pink and it has a V-neck. And up here it has some pretty flowers on it. And it says Salt Life right there. The flowers are very pretty. They're a darker pink than the shirt. And yellow with pink in the middle. And then on the back, we have this big old guy here. And, sorry, it's hard to hold these. It says, Live the Salt Life. It has more flowers. It kind of reminds me of the old hoodie t-shirts from the 80s, if you remember those. I actually have a really old hoodie t-shirt that I found at Goodwill several years ago. Actually, my husband found it for me, and it has a design on the back that kind of reminds me of this. So, I don't think that would look good on me, so I'm going to sell that. And I got this. I have to fix it. It is it's all bound up on itself. Sorry. It is a pair of men's Bud Light swimming trunks, bathing suit. And it's a genuine article. It was made by, it's an official product of Anheuser-Busch. Made in 2012. And it's lined with mesh inside. See? It has the mesh lining in it. And the back is blue and white. And along the left side, on the side of the left leg, they have Bud Light right here. In big white letters outlined in black. It's a dark blue. It's very pretty. And these are a size 30. These would actually fit my husband, but I don't think he would wear them. They're a little too flashy for him. He doesn't like flashy things like that. He wouldn't wear them. He likes to wear darker colors like brown or navy blue. He doesn't. Even a white shirt is a little too flashy for him most of the time. And this, if you grew up in the 80s, if you were old enough to remember in the late 80s, early 90s what people liked to wear, you probably remember these. It's a little noisy. It is a Reebok windbreaker. And you can see that it's yellow and black and white. And it has the Reebok symbol embroidered here. It's very, very noisy. And on the back, we have it, we have Reebok again, embroidered in white on the back and with the symbol in black below it. It zips up in the front, and it even has a Reebok zipper pull on it, right there. It has the Reebok symbol on it. And the old Reebok tag, if you remember when they used to look like that. Even on their shoes, the Reebok looked like that. And this old tag, which somebody apparently marked out something on. I'm not sure what they marked out, but they marked out something. Anyway, so that's for eBay. And my last item is something that my husband picked out. And I would have never looked twice at, but he said, I think you can sell this. I said, okay. Yeah. He has an eye for different things than I do. I would have never given this a second look. But it's he told me, I'm so sorry. I am really sorry. Allergies. all these items have got me choked up. My husband said it was a soccer shirt. I'm not really sure. Diadora? I don't know how to say it. But it's an Italian shirt. I'm so sorry. It's very late. It's an Italian shirt. And I believe it's a soccer shirt. Says Diadora, light your fire. Sorry, I'm not crying. I'm just, sometimes when I cough, my eye gets watery. Extra large. It has a design on the front that's very interesting, and it's very hard to see. But it even has the Diadora logo is printed into this fabric, but you have to hold it at a certain angle to see. You have to hold it at a certain angle in the light to see it. And I was just looking at the back. I didn't notice this before, but even on the back, it's navy blue. But if you hold it at an angle in the light, you can see the crest that's on the front. It's imprinted into the fabric. And Diadora, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry. Diadora. I do apologize. I know I'm saying it wrong. It even has that on here too. So there's a lot of hidden detail on this shirt that I would have never picked up on. It feels like it's made out of possibly polyester. Not really sure. Let's see. I want to say polyester. Yep, 100% polyester. And it was made in Italy. That's pretty neat. So I'm gonna sell that too, I think. And I also got, it's not in here, but I also bought this really cool little table. It's a wooden table, and it has wheels on it. It's like a little table that you would put beside the sofa or something like that, like a little end table. But inside it are these little shelves, and it's a set of slightly larger shelves, two slightly larger shelves, but inside the middle part are some even smaller shelves in a little cube shape. It's really neat. My mom had been asking me, she had asked me if I would look for a small table that she could put beside her recliner. So I got that for her, and it's in the other room right now, but I was very happy to find that. So I think I'm going to go take something for my cough and my allergies and put this stuff away. This was not the best video I have ever done, but I was so excited. I just wanted to show you all the stuff I found tonight. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm just going to try to get it out of the way. First it'll go in the laundry, and then after it all runs through the laundry, I'll just fold it up and put it somewhere. But I don't know. I felt like sharing that with you. I just wanted to show you what I got. So I hope you have a wonderful day. And I have a lot of really neat ideas for videos coming up. There's one that I want to do at my dad's house really soon, but it's supposed to rain this weekend, so I don't know. I don't know if it's raining where he lives or not. He's pretty far from here, but and there's a video I want to try to do at my mom's whenever I get back down there, but I have a lot of really neat ideas that I just have to find the time to do. So please hang in there, and I really appreciate you watching my video, and I hope to see you again sometime.